It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Despite our expectations for futuristic fashion, stylistic influences look more to the retro eras of the 60s and 70s as a strong theme for next season.
Adam and Eve has two main influences that run through every collection, and that's a retro sensibility and a strong feminine ideal. This season we're pairing it with our own print, and we're also very influenced by the wrap because it goes from all cultures. It goes from Africa to the Middle East, and all cultures seem to portray that they bring that together, the wrap. So we've brought it together with wrapping of clothing, but also folds and pleats, so just layering of clothing and layering of fabric.
We, as Adam and Eve, always do very feminine silhouettes. We believe in celebrating a female body, so we often do, basic shift, or we do a cinched waist dress, which is something we do very often, and it's always very feminine and always slightly retro. A little bit of skin is always a little fun, so that was something. It's also a very feminine little look, but with a bit of skin showing for fun.
This is our first print, and we hopefully will be doing a new print every season. This season we've decided to use a quintessentially African print, an animal print, and modernize it by using bold colors and stripes. And then we also played with color a lot with the pink base with the red print and the grey base with the blue print.
Modern adaptations of the 70s style are not all about bohemia. Clean lines and relaxed fitting silhouettes work as the ideal canvas for graphic print.
I drew from an inspiration of a time where feminism was really strong, so it was during the 70s, so I used that as an inspiration for the silhouettes. I also drew on a feminist artist called Miriam Shapiro, who did these incredible fan collages, and I used that as part of the inspiration for the print that I made that had this sort of like fan sun silhouette on it. So that was the one side of it, but then I also combined it with this sort of connection and disconnection that I have with a lot of the African landscape and a lot of the African culture that I feel really a part of, but I'm not really a part of. I drew on these images of Xhosa women in their traditional dress, which I've always loved as a child. I grew up in a really small village sort of town in the Eastern Cape. So I drew on those, and those are those images of women wearing sort of long white skirts with these very graphic black lines on them. That sort of linear quality I like to represent in the high slits on all of the garments that came about on the side, so it would sort of divide the look a little bit. The colors, I just decided to go with a really neutral palette to sort of let the print shine through and to let the shapes really speak for themselves. So I went with an off-white and a black, and then I just decided to go with really sort of neutral tones of an earthy brown and a sort of more cooler grey.
Retro styling with a few modifications seems to be where fashion is heading. So much for the spacesuit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.